Why do old WoW memories from when we were younger stick with us so much? It's weird, you know? You can forget the entire quest you did, you can forget what level you were, you can forget what you were even trying to do in the moment, but somehow you remember the feeling. Say you listen to an old song and that brings back memories of that time period in your life, but somehow an old WoW zone or a classic memory just brings back an emotion or a feeling tied to that time in your life. For this video, I want to discuss this and investigate this topic a little bit more. Why do certain WoW zones bring us back so fondly, bring back so many emotions and nostalgia for us? The most nostalgic zone for me is Dun Morogh, which is funny because I wasn't even a dwarf from my main character. I was a night elf hunter named Lade, L-A-D-E. One memory of mine that takes me back, that has a lot of emotion tied to it, is back then my best friend Matt and I took our night elf hunters all the way down from Teldrassil to Dun Morogh. His character's name was Rond, mine was Lade, and for some reason we dragged our night elves down here to quest and become one with the snowy terrain. I don't really know why we did this, right? We were in the Yeti cave for about 3 weeks. I remember that very vividly. We died in that cave about, I don't know, 100 times. And somehow I just remember all that so deeply. My first bear that I tamed as a hunter, Ironforge, which you cannot forget Ironforge, one of the best cities in the game, in my opinion. My very first fiery enchant on my one-handed sword from a hunter. Just the feeling of having no clue what I was doing. And I remember getting my first gold in Ironforge, and Matt and I were so hype. Man, it was such a good memory. And I think that's why these old WoW memories stick with us. I know I talked about myself, but I'm sure you watching this right now have memories you remember from a certain time in WoW. It's not just because the game was good. We all know the game was good. This game has been around for decades now, and it's a great game. But it's more than that, I think. Honestly, it reminds you of who you were when you played it. For me, I'm an adult now. I've got kids. You know, I've said this before in my last video. We're all very busy adults now, but life's different now, very different than when we first played this game. So when I run around these zones like Dun Morogh, it doesn't just remind me of quests or mobs or leveling or, you know, what I was doing at that time. It reminds me of who I was and where I came from. I know it sounds a little bit silly to an extent, and I could see where this might be like, okay, dude, like calm down, dude. It's WoW. You know, like, it's not that deep, but like if you want to really discuss the emotions behind it, I think there's more to it, right? You know, back then playing with your best friend, not knowing what you're doing, having straight fun. You know, it wasn't about the current meta, the best build, the best gear, the fastest way to level, using Questy or Wildhead. It was just getting in the game, fumbling around, having fun, dying a lot, and just having a good time. In today's world where things are so, you know, convoluted, everything has to be perfect, everything has to be quick. We've all lost our ability to think. I feel like even myself, going back to a game and remembering the simple times and the things we've lost along the way, this feels right, you know? Maybe it's a bit silly, and I apologize if it seems that way, but that's what old WoW does so well, in my opinion, especially for me. That's why here I am today, still playing the same game. You know, it just does something to me, man. It brings back little pieces of the life that I had before. I would love to hear your guys' experiences and your thoughts about this. I know I made a post on Reddit last week, you know, discussing people's favorite zones, but I am curious, you know, if you have any memories of WoW you want to share, please comment down below. I'd love to hear it and expand upon this a little bit more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.